Welcome to Circuits Scotch, where we talk electronics, manufacturing, issues, techs, and specs, all while sipping on some whiskey.
Couple lucky guys here. I'm Glenn. This is Jeff. We're with NAS Electronics. We're coming to you from one of our solder labs here. This is where all the hand soldering is done on your boards. So this is what it looks like.
And super important for today's topic, which we'll get in a second. So first up, we'll talk about today. Glenfiddich 12 is the Scotch we're sipping on. Honestly, what do you think of it?
I love it. This is one of my top five. I've been drinking it for years. Absolutely have it in my. I don't have it in my pantry all the time. It's occasional, like maybe 3-4 times a year. I guess that tells people how much I drink. We should probably cut that. But anyways, it's great. It doesn't have that really harsh bite that some whiskeys have. So it's a smooth drinker. That's from my perspective, anyways. But I drink a lot of Scotch.
There you go. So class 1, 2, or 3?
3? No, 2.5. Doing 2.5. 3 is reserved for my top shelf stuff. This one's like maybe it's good. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely a top shelf.
I'll agree with you. It's not that keep it in your pantry at all times. Like you said, don't always have it in my liquor cabinet. I get it, but it's not my go-to for any stretch. So I'd say somewhere about the same. I'd go somewhere between a 2 and a 3. Love it. I like cigars myself. It very much gives me that like cigar flavor.
I'm sorry. You know what's funny is right now I kind of feel like we're Olympic judges because it's really good, guys. Don't get us wrong, but we feel like we can't.
I'd give it a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it is really good, especially if you like Scotch, of course, which you'd hopefully not be drinking if you don't like Scotch. But hey.
Yep.
That being said, I'd go between class 2 and 3 there as well. All right, today's question is ESD. Is it important, and how do I protect my boards?
It's absolutely positively important. All right, so if you hear somebody tell you other than that, you probably want to just question that because we all know ESD is electrostatic discharge. It's what happens. You walk across your carpeting, you grab that doorknob, and you get that jolt. That's extremely destructive to everything you see around us. Electronic circuits are you can explain that.
They're very
susceptible.
They're very delicate. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know at least a little bit about electronics. You've seen how ICs have been shrinking over time. They're getting smaller, finer, tighter. Inside those ICs, there's dyes and wire bonding, and they're very, very susceptible to damage, especially the wire bonds that are anywhere from 10 to 100 times smaller than the thickness of a hair. Some of them you can't even see unless you're under a microscope. So you really got to be careful. And that very small discharge that you can't even see, mind you, the one that you're talking about, walking across the carpet and you feel the zap, that's 1,000 to 10,000 times stronger than you actually need to damage a component.
Exactly. It's one of these insidious things. What makes it so insidious is you could test boards that have been ESD damaged and they're still going to function very often. It doesn't always make the board defective, so they'll go through test and then you'll put them out in the field and it'll reduce their longevity out in the field. So you want to make sure your CM is absolutely paying attention to this, being extremely vigilant, doing all the things you see around here. The blue counters are ESD mats. They're grounded to the floor. There's wrist straps in here. Our floors are ESD waxed. People on the floor have ESD heel guards.
And smocks, I'm sorry if I just blew out the microphone there. Smocks like this, so the gray ones you see behind here, are another version of how we protect the products as we're in here. And like you said, so your CM should take it extremely seriously, but you should as well. If you're handling the boards on any level, don't leave it up to your CM, because even if your CM did a perfect job on protecting the ESD, somebody unpackaging a box, not knowing that they could cause it just by damage it just by touching it, can cause that damage, and now your product is going to fail in the field. So make sure your staff also takes it seriously, and it's cheap, guys. It's a $5 wrist strap that you plug in. It's not difficult to do.
Yeah, and you know what? As far as when you're unpacking the stuff when we ship it to you, everything we ship it to you in is ESD protective packaging. So transport it in what we sent it to you in, and you don't have to spend a dime. You just transport it when we sent you, because we're already packaging it and stuff in the proper ESD materials.
And if you want to deal with all that, we also do box build. I'm just going to do a little shout out to sales here, but we also do box build. So if you don't want to touch the boards at all, we'll do that for you.
Yep, put them in the box with screws, package it for you, and send it to you. So, all right, did we cover everything?
I mean, as much as we could for ESD in this small segment, but I think we're good to go.
Give us a call. We can have a conversation. It's always better than these videos, because we're trying to keep these short so people don't tune us out.
Exactly. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, queries, or conundrums,
I'm just kidding, honey.
Toss me. He's got me distracted.
She's in the background right now too. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. Question. Now he's got me messed up. If you like to hit like, if you new here, hit subscribe down below. We're looking for new viewers. This is a blast. We always enjoy doing this for you. And that
Love what
being
we
said,
do.
keep on building
And keep on sipping. Take care, guys.